Hey there, good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett here at 7:30 on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com. I'm Bridgett Elson. It's good to be with you on this Friday, September 6th. We made it, and it's kind of been a long week because it's been a little bit waterlogged, and so the rain chances are continuing as we move through this week, and we also have some live chats coming up. We're going to check in with photojournalists and podcast host of Black Men Sundays, Corey Murray, to talk about this weekend's episode that's coming out on Sunday. We're also going to talk to a doctor live about a first of its kind postpartum depression medication and the breakthrough that's happening there. So that will be coming up shortly. But first, we want to head over to the Pinpoint Weather Center, and meteorologist Michelle Morgan is in this Friday for Candace. And good morning, Michelle. We continue to be fighting this humidity.
Yes, good morning to you. I feel like we're always fighting the humidity
Yes, it's
every day.
rough going. It's
It
rough
is
going.
rough going. I feel like I will be a chia pet by the end of the day
You know,
because
we used to
of
do
the
the hair
humidity.
forecast, and it's just kind of like every day's kind of just a so hair day forecast wise.
Exactly. So I mean, there's only so much hairspray can do. So
It's
yeah.
true.
So we're looking at another hot and humid day across Central Florida, but the rain is the main story because we've been getting so much of it. Of course, our drought concerns are not there, but with the heavy rain, it has been leading to localized flooding, especially in those low-lying areas. And, on the drive home during the afternoon hours, some folks are running into that blinding rain, which can, cause folks to slow down. So that's definitely an
There
issue
was
too.
so much lightning yesterday, I
Yeah,
thought.
there's a lot of lightning. Yeah, and it's unusual that a lot of the thunderstorms are developing later,
Mm-hmm.
like during the night hours, not during the afternoon. We're just getting the heavy rain during the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon. So it's the same setup today. We're going to see scattered rain through the afternoon, and then of course some embedded thunderstorms. You might see, those flashing of the lightning and claps of thunder. But look at this setup here as you take a look at the satellite and radar imagery. So we're still tracking the stationary front over the state of Florida, and that's going to keep things unsettled as we go through today. And ton of tropical moisture in the atmosphere, so we're looking at heavy rain, locally heavy rain, which we can get between 1 to 3+ inches, leading to a little bit of flooding, especially in those low-lying, poorly drained areas. What you're looking at, this is an excessive rainfall outlook, highlighting pretty much the entire area, excluding portions of Brevard County, where we could see that potential for flooding. Even though it is a marginal threat, a little bit of flooding is certainly possible, some ponding, out on the road. So just be mindful of that today. Look at the rain chances. We're at 70 to 80%. So if you've been looking for the rain, if you didn't get any rain yesterday, more than likely you'll see some rain today. It'll help out with, the plants, the grass. If your grass is dying, give the sprinklers a break if you get that good downpour. Now, oh, excuse me. Temperatures are in the 70s right now across Central Florida. Look at Cocoa Beach in the lower 80s, and most of the moisture is offshore. Now, it'll stay like that through most of the morning. A few isolated showers popping up through the morning, and then the scattered heavy rain really developing across Central Florida later on. We'll see a daytime high of 92, and then rain chances again going up to 70% for the Orlando area. So here are your forecast highs. Wildwood, Leesburg, the Villages at 91, 92 in Kissimmee, 90 in Cocoa Beach, and 90 in Melbourne. So timing things out here, plenty of clouds, a few peaks of sunshine, a few coastal showers are possible closer to lunch. Later on this afternoon, showers and storms beginning to fire up across Central Florida. Now look at this, around 4 or 5 o'clock, along the I-4 corridor, we may see heavy rain stretch from Flagler County all the way to Osceola Polk County. So if that is part of your commute this morning, expect heavy rain. And then most of the shower and storm activity now shifting across our eastern zone, so along our counties, our coastal communities, Melbourne, Cocoa Beach, New Smyrna, and Daytona Beach, getting a good soaking rain closer to sunset, and then a few lingering showers are possible tonight. And then during the overnight hours, things begin to dry out and staying mostly cloudy. Now, switching gears to what's going on in the tropics, we're approaching the peak of hurricane season, which is September 10th, and there are no named storms. Now, this is very unusual. Usually we see named storms, especially during the first week of September. If we don't get any named storms this week, it will be the first time in 30 years since we haven't seen a named storm during the first week of September. So we're looking at 4 spots right now. Two of them are Invest. We're looking at Invest 90L, which is found over the northwestern Gulf of Mexico. Has low chance of tropical development, but regardless of tropical development, it is going to bring a ton of rain to coastal Texas, Louisiana, and Alabama, stretching into Mississippi today and this weekend. Another spot we're watching in the Bay of Campeche. Now, that tropical wave is found over the western Caribbean Sea. That's the development area in the Bay of Campeche. It has a 20% chance for tropical development. Now, Invest 99L, found in the northern Atlantic, looking very impressive on satellite imagery, has a 30% chance for tropical development. And then way out in the eastern Atlantic, we're looking at a development area where, again, could turn into something tropical in the next 2 to 7 days. Low chance, but still a chance nonetheless. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Again, we're not looking at any drier days ahead, unfortunately, if you are looking for that. We're looking at a pretty wet weekend. Now, it's not going to rain all weekend, but some scattered downpours are certainly possible. I'm not talking about widespread rain, but we're looking at those tropical downpours to pop up during the afternoon, hot, humid, lower 90s. And then because of the rain, check out your daytime highs next week. We're in the upper 80s. So a little bit of a cool down is on the way, Bridgett.
You know what? Pumpkin spice and
Oh,
everything nice. All right. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
no, you're fine. No, you're fine. I have those moments a lot too. And pumpkin spice, yeah, if you like pumpkin spice, definitely that pumpkin spice weather. I'm not a fan.
You know what? Put some
True
ice in
Steve
it
neither.
this weather.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't like Trump, what you call it, pumpkin spice either. So,
Okay. It's for me, it's like candy corn. I need just, I'll have a couple items. I'm not going to have it a lot, but I don't know.
oh,
It's a seasonal taste for me. So but
gotcha.
I'm not a fanatic.
I don't like candy corn either.
See, I'm not going to buy bowls of it, but I won't mind a handful or two just to get me in the spirit. I don't know.
I
Just in me.
hear you. Okay.
Okay.
So getting into the fall spirit, I understand. So
Yes,
yeah, enjoy
yes.
the pumpkin spice.
Yes, and this rain is seasonal. This also is like what we get this time of year every year without fail. So,
Exactly.
yep. Well, I appreciate it, Michelle. Thank you. Just I'll bring my umbrella everywhere I gotta go.
That's right. All righty. You take care.
Take care. All right, so
Bye.
we want to hit those roads, and Trooper Steve is standing by over there in the Pinpoint Weather Center. Why are you shaking your head, sir?
Don't worry. Don't worry. Not today. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Everything's amazing.
Everything.
I've got this comedian sitting off to my right hand side over here.
Well, I'll just let
So,
you know. Thanks to you, now Crystal and I are on probably YouTube now, dancing and singing.
hey, I didn't say anything. Kelly sent it out.
Well, it's already
So,
posted on Facebook.
oh, I got to check that out then because I haven't put it up
And
anywhere.
it's because of you. You inspired the song lyric that then inspired the song and dance that's now
Hey, if I'm getting
on
y'all to
Facebook
get
and
moving,
YouTube.
hey, I'll take it. Whatever. You guys watching Breakfast with Bridget right now? Head over to YouTube and you can check their moves out.
She,
Yeah.
well, Crystal already posted it, and I'm to my horror. So now I've just got to share it because I'm gonna have to just
I can't wait. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna
never
pull this
sing
up
or
over
dance or
here.
eat on camera if you don't want someone to like put it out there. I'm just letting
When
everyone
when
know.
you guys were doing it in front of the camera, I'm like, you guys are getting ready to record the tease. You guys know they're rolling on this right now.
And there was just a
So,
part of me
but
that
hey,
didn't care because it's Friday. So
it's that
I'm gonna
Friday
have to stick
vibe.
with that. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
keep that
there
same
you go.
energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep some energy out on the roads today because
Okay.
I am headed out, Bridget, towards 535 today, towards the attractions. And if you're a local, Bridget, I know the west side of town is your part of town, and that 535. My
Going through
goodness,
it. Going through it.
it has been it's been a disaster for years, and it just went under some new construction south of the I-4 area where a lot of those condos are at, hotels are located. So we're going to drive that today at 10 a.m. Just to go on a little experience drive so people could see what the new roadway looks like and how the new traffic pattern. It's something I enjoy doing because I don't get to see once projects are completed all the time. So we're going to go out there, take a nice little drive, and just show what's going on, see what the good things are, maybe see if anything needs improvement. But I know they spent a lot of money out there to really help traffic from crossing over each other. So we'll see how that goes today at 10 a.m. at clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and of course on the app.
All right. And how are we doing this morning with the roads? A little better than yesterday morning?
Well, yeah, we did have anything is better than yesterday when we don't have a fatal crash out on the roadway. So, yeah, let's hit the drive times right now. They're a little high this morning if you're out in Champions Gate, but not as bad, of course, as the weekdays. So Champions Gate to downtown Orlando, you're looking at a 31-minute drive time and then a 4-minute quick little slowdown there from John Young to downtown. If you're coming in westbound from 417 up in Sanford to downtown State Road 50, 24 minutes, which in theory, not the worst. Let's talk about some crashes real quick. 2 crashes you need to know about out on the west side. One there, 429 northbound at State Road 438, which is just north there of Plant Street. And then one on the just west of there at Hiawassee at Kensington High Boulevard. That one was listed with a single lane block northbound out there a little while ago. And then that Hiawassee crash, not Metro West crash at Kirkman and Westgate. Man, I love when I see roads that I used to live. I rented an apartment off of Westgate back in the day. Nice and clear there. And then Point Siena, we did have a crash. I think it's a little further south. Let me click one more time so we can get to that. Point Siena Boulevard right there, northbound at Orange Blossom Trail. Please be careful. But this is the funny thing. You got a crash right there, blocking lanes, and no major delay. Look to the right of the screen, and Pleasant Hill is backed up for about 5 miles. Makes no sense to me ever. Let's fly to Brevard real quick. 2 crashes out there, and we'll wrap this show up right here at Lipscomb Street at Huckleberry Lane, and then that's just south of Melbourne. And then, of course, in Melbourne, I am watching this crash off of Apollo Drive here at Sarno Road. So just be careful this morning if you're headed to O'Galley. Bridgett, the roadways are still a little kind of wet out there and a lot of moisture, so people just need to be paying attention today. Of course, meteorologist Michelle Morgan giving us that forecast for later on this afternoon. So there's your warning. Let's have a good day. Of course, Saturday, tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be nice. So that's all I got, Bridgett.
Sounds good. Well, we'll see you at 10 then.
Yes, ma'am. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks. We do want to get to a little bit of news here. Unfortunately, there have been some more developments with the school shooting that happened in Georgia where 4 people were killed. We know that a 14-year-old was arrested, but now his father is also under arrest. So News 6's Ezzy Castro has the latest.
Investigators in Georgia have arrested the father of the teen accused of killing 4 people at Appalachia High School. Colin Gray is being charged with second-degree murder, as well as multiple counts of involuntary manslaughter and cruelty to children.
These charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon.
The FBI said the suspect, 14-year-old Colt Gray, had been on the radar since last year, but at the time, investigators determined there was no probable cause for arrest. Meantime, mourners gathered outside of the school to leave flowers in honor of the victims. Among them was football coach Richard Aspinwall. He was 39 years old.
I wish it was all just a dream. I mean, me and my team, me and my friends, we could all just wake up and it's just still Wednesday morning. And none of this had ever really happened.
It is just such a sad story. So we're continuing to follow the latest developments on what happens today in court. We'll have that later on today on News 6 at noon, clickorlando.com, and the afternoon shows as well. We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back with a doctor to talk about a first ever pill for postpartum depression. Welcome back to Breakfast with Bridgett. We have a very interesting interview lined up for you this morning to talk about a first of its kind pill for postpartum depression. We have Dr. Brian Goldstein, Chief Medical Officer for United Healthcare Florida, joining us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to have you. And this is one of those topics we know that postpartum depression is affecting up to at least 1 in 5 women who've given birth. And this is something that we're raising more awareness about, but it's a potentially dangerous condition. Tell us more.
Sure, and thank you for having me. Yeah, postpartum depression is a particular type of depression that can occur after having a baby. Sometimes it can be hard to tell uh, whether whether you're if you're a new mother, if you're just having sort of more common experiences, things like trouble sleeping, less energy than usual, some trouble concentrating. Those alone are not necessarily signs of postpartum depression, but as you said, up to 1 in 5 people is going to have additional symptoms beyond those, things like feelings of profound sadness or frequent crying, um, restlessness, potentially, or conversely, sluggishness, feelings of guilt. Some of these symptoms could interfere with your ability to care for your baby, so it's important to be aware if that might be happening. And at the worst end of the spectrum, on rare occasions, a person might even be feeling a desire to harm oneself. So, as you said, this is a serious and prevalent condition that really needs to be addressed.
And so what happens a lot of times is sometimes people don't really want to talk about this because they're afraid of the stigma with mental health, or maybe they think that nothing's wrong with me. But how can we sort of help, break that stigma and help people be more aware that they can get help with something like this?
Sure. First and foremost, I think it's just realizing that it's okay to talk about how you're feeling, not just physically, but emotionally after having a baby. It's sad that we have to keep emphasizing that. And you're right, there is still some stigma, but I think the stigma is slowly going away. And it's really important for individuals to be honest first with yourself, how you're feeling physically and emotionally, and then honest with trusted others, friends, family, or your doctor or nurse practitioner. Um, Information is also power. If you are able to understand some of the signs of postpartum depression, realize ahead of time, maybe even during pregnancy, before you have your baby, what some of the feelings you might have afterward could be, what the warning signs might be of this tipping over into postpartum depression. That knowledge is power, and it would help you communicate even more effectively with your friends and family and your doctors.
And that's what I want to talk about too.
Because, sorry.
Oh, I just wanted to say that's what I want to talk about too. Is talking to your doctor about this is one of those things, because you take the baby in for checkups, but it's important that you follow up with your own doctor about how you're feeling, because now doctors have another option to help you get through that depression. So this drug, how does it work, and why is it just now becoming available?
Sure, and thank you for bringing attention to this issue and this new drug. So the new medication is called zuranolone. The brand name, I believe, is Zurzuvae, and it is similar to antidepressants, but has a unique formulation and a unique mechanism of action that, as you pointed out, makes it the first FDA-approved drug specifically to treat postpartum depression. And zuranolone targets a specific neurotransmitter, one of the chemicals in the brain, that we think is a big contributor to postpartum depression. Other antidepressants have been shown to be somewhat effective, as has psychotherapy for certain forms of postpartum depression. But this new drug is a really important additional option, and really a first line treatment that doctors have at their disposal now for someone who is diagnosed with a serious postpartum depression.
Okay, and so this is fast tracked in 2017. So they've been working on this for a long time.
Yes, I would say it's probably the past 15, 20 years where this topic has begun to receive its due attention, because of how common it is. And as the stigma has started to go away about talking about these issues, and as we've been able to understand that there are effective treatments that help mother and baby, um, researchers put more energy into developing this new drug, and in 2023, it was FDA approved.
So, where can we go for more information, Dr. Goldstein? Because this is exciting. We've seen that people are saying they feel better within 3 days of trying this. So, how can we get more information or help recommend it to friends and family and let them know?
Sure. So there's some good resources on the web, of course, with some trusted health systems. And again, knowing the signs of postpartum depression is empowering when you go to look for more information. The Federal Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA, SAMHSA, also has a very good website and an 800 number, which is 800-662-HELP. So again, 662-HELP. That's a very good resource that is a starting point. And the website and that phone number can point you to more resources in general and in your community for seeking help. If you are employed and your employer provides an employee assistance program, that is another good option for seeking help and information. It's confidential, and those are subject matter experts who can help direct you to professional resources in the community.
Well, this is wonderful news. I'm so happy we could share this. Dr. Goldstein, Chief Medical Officer for United Healthcare Florida. Thank you for telling us more about zuranolone and this promising news. So we appreciate it and hope we can talk to you again soon.
Thank you, and thanks again for having me.
Yes, take care. So that is really great information to hear and so encouraging because more and more people are talking about postpartum depression. So there is some more hope there. So we like to share that. We also like to share, information that can help you with your finances and your business ideas. So we have News 6 photojournalist and host of Black Men Sundays, Corey Murray, with us once again. Happy Friday, Corey.
Happy Friday. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm excited to hear about you have something involving AI and some business prospects.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we spoke with Simone Casson. She's from Muskegon, Michigan. This sister's the CEO of Canis Capital Holdings and all of its subsidiaries. It's an insurance firm. So I asked her, what does your business do? Let's roll that soundbite.
And we focus on the protection needs of commercial cannabis, craft beverage, professional athletes, and hospitality. So insurance. And during this time, I got a chance to kind of do a lot of cool things for social equity. And for those of you that don't know what social equity is, it means pretty much it is, especially in the cannabis space, looking for opportunities for people who are most harmed on the war on drugs, especially people of color, disadvantaged areas, then they're able to get provisions for licensing, right? In that. And so but equity means ownership, and that means absolutely nothing if you don't own anything. And so, to put it in short, a cannabis license, commercial cannabis license, only lasts for 1 year. So, if you don't have access to capital, it means nothing. The whole desire of the world can say everybody in the world gets a cannabis license, and it means absolutely nothing if you can't actually open up the business.
That's
Okay.
right. And so, yeah, so the thing about this conversation, she started her business with $400. $400.
Mm-hmm.
Now her business is worth over $12.1 million. She has three locations. It's an insurance firm. So, but she also talked about Bank Black, her AI initiative. I said, okay, what's that all about? Let's roll that.
We use AI in one simple way and one simple way only, and that is to mitigate risk. That's pretty much what we do. So whether we're using it under underwriting under insurance or we're using underwriting under lending, it's still to do risk mitigation. So what are we using it for? We're using it to be able to create a point system that will help entities be able to navigate and redefine what credit worthiness is. It will also mitigate the risk for banks who are looking to be able to bank, not only bank cannabis, but be able to manage those loans. And then last but not least, we bring them right back to insurance.
That's right. So, we talk about how her business is shrinking the wealth gap. She's also on the board of several social and racial equity organizations in Michigan, local, national, and international, which is very interesting in our conversation. This show drops this Sunday, Black Men Sundays, all podcast platforms, YouTube. The article comes out around noon, 1 o'clock on News 6. And this is a big show. I mean, this sister, like I said, she started with $400, 12.1 million now,
That's impressive.
has 3 locations, and she's doing her thing. And she gives a lot of tips because a lot of people, when we talk about businesses, I mean, like she said, she's talking about the cannabis space, she's talking about craft
Corey, I have to
beverages.
go. I'm
And
so
she,
sorry, but we're gonna
all right,
definitely put this up in a minute, so we'll have that episode coming on Sunday. And I appreciate you.
that's right.
I'll see you a little bit later.
All right,
All
thank you.
right, bye. So we are out of time, but we hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Take care.